Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
And I'm Lauren.
This is an archive episode. As we're away this weekend, we wanted to ensure that we had time to play and practice with you those skills for fitness and fun, like our handstand. But first, let's get down to the floor, assemble in the mermaid, and go from there. There's no rules right now. Down anyhow that you want. Then from here, have that front shin perpendicular to the chest in the front, and then we have that nice mermaid sits in the back. Are we using that outside hand as that outrigger? If we are, let's press through the hand, maybe even just those fingertips, ensuring that the shoulders or chest can stay on top of those hips. From here, take the hand to the lateral part of the leg. Gently start to lift up from the hip. Beware of that cramp monster, but feel some energy in the front of that leg and relax. Now, try to lift up that front leg. With control, use that outrigger and hover on the floor for 3, 2, and down. Let's repeat that one last time. Hand to that lateral aspect of the back leg and lift. We're creating an isometric movement here with very little movement, but actually some tension.
The cramp monster.
Cramp monster's there. Then same effort in the front for the last time. Use the outrigger and gently start to lift, hovering that leg in the front. Place it down. Switch anyhow that works for you. And again, assemble with the front shin perpendicular to where the chest is in the front. Back leg bent. Feel free to use that outrigger. Hand to that lateral aspect of the leg and gently start to lift. Activate the butt cheeks in the back, lifting away from the floor, creating a little bit of tension, and relax. Same effort in the front, lift and hover, or at least try. This side's a little bit harder for me. My foot can't quite leave the floor, but we're trying, and relax. Last time to the back leg, pull away from the body, from the hip, and press to the leg from the arm shoulder to create nice tension, followed by relaxation. And then last effort in the front leg, lift it up. As you can see, or perhaps you're checking out your own form, I can lift my knee from my hip, but I'm having a really tough time lifting the foot. Earn it, work on it the next time, and relax. From here, let's transition to the wrists and prepare the wrists for, again, movements like the handstand or plank. So we'll start on all fours, fingertips facing forward. Pull the hands towards the knees to create tension, and then extend the wrist, meaning shoulders approaching towards over those fingertips. Press the fingers forward, keep the tailbone long as we pull back, and continue to pull on the ground, extending the wrist, turn those fingertips white with pressure, and press back. One last time, pull, drift forward, and press back so much that you flick the wrists away. Let's do that quarter turn at the wrists and have them land fingertips, callus lines, full hands. And I'll press to the right to shift my energy left, and then press left, shifting my weight to the right. Build tension between you and the floor and work on those hand balancing skills and weight transfers through the fingertips. Last repetition or two, return to center, and again, press through the floor, flicking the wrists. Lastly, we'll turn the hands with the palms facing forward, land fingertips, calluses and heels of the hands next. The elbows are straight and press the pinky fingers on both sides into the ground and relax. Then the same effort on those ring fingers. Press to turn those fingertips white and relax. Ring finger to middle fingers next. Add tension, relaxation. Index fingers, breathe through and relax. And lastly, those thumbs. Then press all 10 digits heavily into the ground, bend the elbow, flick the wrist, shake it out, and let's transition towards Lauren's plank for the core strength.
Nice. So from here, we'll place our hands down and end up in our plank position. With your hands under your shoulders, tucking your toes, and lifting your hips. We'll lift them higher than we think, drop them, and tuck under, squeezing our glutes, bracing our core. We're gripping the floor with our hands, pulling our hands towards the feet to create tension underneath us, and breathing and holding for 3, 2, now gently tilt the tailbone towards the ceiling, lift the hips up towards your down dog shape. As you're doing this, prioritize that nice long low back, have those shoulders elevated just like we would in our handstands, and trying to press those heels to the floor. Now start pulling the floor together again and pull yourself back into that plank position. And hold. Glutes are squeezed, core brace, pull everything together for 3, 2. Again, tip that tailbone long. Reach the hips up in the air. Push the heels towards the floor and take that breath. We'll pull ourselves through one more plank here. That plank hold. Glutes squeeze, core brace. Couldn't move you if I tried, or if I picked your feet up, you'd go right into that handstand. Tight like a board. 3, 2, soft landing. Knees come down. Take a second off, and then we'll flip over to our back and start rolling about.
Those eagle over style rolls for full body coordination. We'll start with my legs and your legs parallel out front with the arms out to the side like a T. I'll take my left hand and reach it towards my left hip. Then reaching it across the body, we'll roll, ending up on our front side. Take that same hand and reach it to the hip along the floor. Then look at it as we roll back to the back side. Same thing other side, hand to hip. Reach across the body, roll, and reach. Use the legs as little as possible, and then reverse it by looking at the hands sweeping to the hip and rolling to the back side. Let's repeat the same effort with the legs. I'll bend my right knee. That's my left. Bend a leg of your choice. Then straighten it out. Let that same hand sweep the hip like before, and then legs carry you over to your front side. Next, kick your bum with that same leg, reach it to the ceiling, and roll to your backside. One more time the other side. It's the knee bend, the knee straight, across the body, the arm sweeps the hip, and we roll over, and then reach the hand to the hip, looking at it as you go through, and rolling. Ooh, I did that wrong, Lauren. The leg. So from here, we'll bend the leg, extend the hip, reach it to the ceiling, and end up on our back. From here, one more hollow hold there. Lauren, tell us what to do.
All right, we can stay on our backside here, but we'll bend our knees, placing our feet flat on the floor, tucking our chin and our arms out to the side, palms up. Right now we have that neutral or natural spine. Let's keep it that way as we go here. Lifting your head and shoulders up off the floor by connecting your ribs to your hips and creating that tension and core brace in your core, abs. Holding here and breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then soft landing. Let's keep that or add on. So again, connect those ribs to hips by lifting up. Then we could lift both feet up off the floor, knees coming towards over our hips and holding. Because we're progressing towards our handstands, let's get those arms towards our hips. And then come on down. Whew. Any more rolls, or are we done down here?
All done down here.
Let's flip over and do our push-up and inchworm up, and then we'll get into some single leg balances. So from that push-up position, tuck the hips, squeeze the glutes, press the floor away as one unit. Again, keep that tailbone tilted up to the ceiling as you press those heels down, and slowly walk your hands into your feet, and then unfold yourself, stacking up to tall. Nice.
And shaken. Continuing the pursuits of our balances, starting with some single legs. Choose a leg of your choice. I'll be choosing my right. Pull the other leg that the toe connects to that inner ankle bone down low. From here, could we do our single leg knee bend and then extend the hip to remain tall? Perhaps test the balance onto that balls of feet or demi point and slow down. Repeat one more. We'll go knees over toes. Then extend those hips to tall and challenge yourself, perhaps with that balance aid at your side, to find your toe raise and then slow and control down. Shake out that leg, switch it up to the other side, and repeat for 2 repetitions. Balance, then single knee over the toe. Stretch, pushing the hips forward, and drive down through the foot to drive up, and slowly return to the ground. Knees over toes again, flat foot for now, extend the hip. Then drive down through the balls of feet, grip with those toes, hold a balance for a second longer, and slow to reset. And shake. And then what's up next, Lauren?
We're going to come down and practice our crow, warming up our balance. So what that means is let's hang out in our low squat here. Pull yourself down into that low squat position. And then from here, we'll place both hands on the floor. Fingers spread out nice and wide. Feel that callus line connect to the floor. Now we'll start pushing our weight over top of those hands. You might have to adjust your feet and get more towards your toes. Our knees are up high in our armpits, tricep area, and we'll slowly start pressing ourselves forward. Right now I have both feet on the floor, just trying to find that stability. Maybe I point a foot, point 2 feet. Both feet are off the floor. We're in that hover crow position, holding and breathing. Play with that balance. Be safe. Make sure you can get out of wherever you are. Back to those feet, nice and control. Heels come down. Shoulders, chest up. And we'll press to tall. Shake it out. Back to those single legs, and we'll try that again.
Back to the single legs. So we'll pull up so that ankle is touching the standing leg. Knee over toe. From here, maybe straighten out that front leg. Stand up. And then bend to reconnect to the stable leg. Repeat again, we'll go knee over toe. Without losing height, maybe straighten out that leg with a toe point, then extend, return to the leg, and return to the floor. 2 repetitions on the other side. Pull up, nice and control first. Descend, keep the knee at the same height as we extend at the knee and point the toe. Stretch to tall, pull to reset, and repeat 1 more. Knee over toe. Balance, extend the leg out front, extend the hip through to tall, return to the ground, shake, wiggle, and crow 1 more time.
Again, assemble in that squat stance. Feel that pull as you pull yourself down. Once you're nice and low, let's place those hands on the floor. Gripping nice and wide. I adjust to my toes or the balls of my feet, getting my knees up high into my armpits. Then I slowly drift forward. Right now we're in our bent elbow crow here. So as we drift forward, those toes or feet might leave the ground. Maybe you're alternating between 1 foot and 2, finding that balance. Feel how if your weight shifts forward, you can use your fingers to press yourself back. Or if your weight shifts back, you push your weight forward into the palms of your hands. Hold for 3, 2, then soft landing to the feet. Heels come down and to tall. Shaking it out. Nice.
Next on the itinerary are our favorite kick-up variations. We'll start with the tripod as Lauren demonstrates that first, and then we'll go into those other variations. If these are brand new for you, maybe as we're doing this, you just spend some more time in that down dog or elephant crawl, build strength in the wrists, awareness upside down, and if you're ready to rock, let's watch Lauren as she does her tripod kick up. It's those fingertips and the full hands down first. Lauren's routine is to load up like a spring, get the shoulders over those wrists, and look for a kick up and down. It's beautifully quiet here, nice and controlled again, making sure to be efficient, because it's easier on your body. Look for baby air first, and then chase this beautiful line Lauren's going for here. 5 repetitions are similar. Add the shake, and then it's our turn to go next.
Nice. Making sure you take that time off. So either working when I go or working when Ian goes, but not at the same time. Setting up in that tripod, the hands are gripping. We stack the shoulders over top, and we try to keep those elbows nice and straight here. We're reaching up to noon on the clock with a straight leg, pointing those toes, shooting energy right out. You'll see that back leg kicking out the back to make that L shape. And that back leg out there will prevent you from going head over tea kettle there. And so if you're nervous about going upside down, always keep that leg long out the back. As you do a couple more here, we're pressing the floor away, keeping that hollow position. And breathing. Nice. And now we'll come up. Actually, we're going to do that one more time, and then we'll do some squats in between.
Take your rest, as Lauren has said there. Not necessarily doing 100 repetitions at once, but rather 100 repetitions over a month. Here we go as we're kicking up. Beautiful pointed toes, nice efficient landings, and making sure that we can breathe all the while as well. Point those toes, scissoring those legs is a nice add-on that Lauren's doing here.
Oops. One more.
Oopsie.
Gotta end better than that.
You got it. Try to finish on that repetition that you planned for, and then down. Let's do it again. Check in with those wrists. Second set of the kick up.
Setting up again with those hands gripping, and then make sure you shift that weight, shoulders over top first. As you do this, it is good to alternate between your strong and stronger leg, just for practice. We don't want to get too strong on one side and end up walking in circles our whole life. So take your time here, reaching up towards the sky. Remember, keep those ribs to hips that we practice in that collar hold position. Nice. Great. In between those kick-ups, let's work on some squats. We'll start first in our wide sumo squat with some dynamic balances. So with your feet wider than your hips and the toes slightly turned out, let's pull ourselves down into that squat position. Then from there, let's press away and find a nice single leg balance. In this balance, we're ramrod straight on that bottom leg and the other knee is pointing somewhat to the side. We'll take that leg, point it long, toe ball, heel land center, press, find the balance on the other side. Again, hips are pushing forward, knee is side, point, toe ball, heel land, press to center, point, toe ball, heel, press to center. Oh, try to stick that balance. Knee stays to the side. Point and land. One more time each side. Let's try to reach up just a little bit on that leg. Then point and land center. And one last time here, reaching up a little higher, pointing and landing center, pressing through to tall. Ooh, shaking that out. The kick up number 2.
Kick up number 2. The step-in entry. It's the hands overhead, the point out front, and from here, Lauren will tell us what to do next.
From here, we will be stepping into this handstand here. What that means is we start with our arms overhead and our body already in that hollow position. As we land, we're pushing the floor away in order to get enough power to work towards that upside down position. Remember, you can start with that baby air, just leaving the floor a little bit and progress towards that more vertical-like position. I think Ian here is alternating that kick-off leg or kick-up leg again. So that scissor action you'll see. One leg goes up, other leg lands.
5 repetitions or so again, and then it's Lauren's turn, and maybe your turn at home as well. Breathing. Driving down, as Lauren said, so start the shoulders shrugged in the handstand entry. It's the ribs to hips. Lauren's doing that super well as well also. And last repetition or 2, scissoring those legs to finish, and last rep. And down. Shaking out. One more time, if your wrists and body says that that's a good thing to do.
With this handstand kick up, another thing is absorb the floor on that landing. But as you press away to stand up tall, make sure you flick the floor away, just like we did in that wrist warm up. Again, it's quiet, like a cat. So we absorb the floor as we put our hands down, and then we press away to get ourselves back up to tall. Last couple here, reaching up to the sky, keeping that rib to hip connection, and breathing always.
And the shaking to relax and to check in. Look at a partner, see what they're doing really well. The quiet factor is there, the toe point is there, and that up and down shape is awesome as well. Breathe, take rest. That's the rep right there that we're looking for. And down with control. Last rep or 2 for Lauren. Finish on that win if you can.
I gotta do one more on this leg.
One more on that leg. Get it going. There we go. Whew. Squats, dynamic balances. Next, Lauren, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, we have some weight transfer. So we'll be slightly narrower than last time, but still that second position or toes slightly turned out. From here again, let's pull the floor together and pull ourselves low. This time we'll press weight over, shifting the knee towards over the toe. Now point that leg nice and long. Send energy through it and feel that butt cheek for 3, 2, then toe ball heel, ceilings down low, so stay that same height as you press the other direction. Pointing the leg long, lifting from the glute, hold, 3, 2, toe ball heel, pulling yourself across, pressing over, hips are extended, leg is nice and straight. Let's push into the floor to get to a tall leg, then knee goes back over the toe ball heel, pulling and pressing across, hips forward, point the leg long, stretch, knee back over toe, one last time each side. Pulling yourself over, finding that balance, pressing away. Let's grow up and find that single leg balance for 3, 2, control, heel connects, then knee goes over toe ball heel across, pressing over, push down to extend, roll up to find that balance. 3, 2, heel connects, knee goes over toe ball heel, push down to stand up tall. Shake it out.
You've saved the hardest entry for the last, and here is the tuck entry. I had to prep myself with that.
Here it is. Hands go on the floor first. This tuck position means a 2-foot takeoff and a 2-foot landing. We're getting towards that hips again, stacked over top of the head, and we're trying to keep that deep hip flexion as if you have credit cards in those front pockets and you don't want them to fall out. Find a balance, find a place here. Work towards the upside down position. This is the hardest one, to just get your hips over your head and to find that nice balanced position.
Ooh.
Whew.
Whew. That's a lot of work right there. Perhaps do it against a wall or just work on those little baby airs that make it soft and quiet like that cat. There we go. That's a great tuck there, Lauren. And as you can see, her body wants to stretch out into that handstand, and she is fighting that instinct beautifully right here, keeping those credit cards in tight. How's it going? May we do that one more set? Watch for fun, critique our form as well, but here we go for one last set.
All right, one more time in that tuck position. It must be hard being a donkey. These kicks are tough. Keep those shoulders stacked over just like you did in your tripod entry. You want to stack those shoulders over top first. Pushing or jumping off the floor, but then also landing nice and softly. Nice one.
That was only 2, but I finished on a good rep, at least in my feel of it. So I'm going to leave it on that. And now let's watch Lauren or join in the fun in a beautiful tuck. Stay strong, stay soft. We'll do that 1 or 2 more repetitions. Breathe in between. Reset. That's it, Lauren. Great job. And then up. One more weight transfer, Lauren, please. Let's see what it's about.
All right. We're going to work through our narrow squats here. So we've gone wide, and we're ending and finishing narrow here with our feet underneath us in parallel. Press your knees towards over your toes. And then gently extend to tall. Each time we'll add on a little bit. Our knees will go over our toes this time. And now stay down here, but press your hips forward to find that sissy squat line where your knees, your hips, and your shoulders all line up. Then push the hips back under you and press to tall. Knees over toe again. This time, let's find a toe balance, heels leave the floor. Let's add back that hip extension and hold for 3, 2, hips will go back, heels will connect, press to tall. Those quads are burning. One more time. Knees over toes. Find the balls of the feet. Press the hips forward. Maybe sink the knees a little closer to the floor, but then get up by keeping your hips in that same line. Hips come back under you, heels connect, press through to tall. One last one, I lied when I said last time. Knees over toes. This time, let's keep our hips under us, but sink all the way down, heels peel up. Nice soft landing on those knees. Once those knees touch, extend those hips, keep that nice long line. Untuck the toes, sit back on those pointed feet, maybe feeling that stretch through the top of the foot, top of the quads. We'll squeeze both glutes, extend those hips through, tuck the toes, with or without your hands, rock back to find a toe balance. We've been balancing this class, let's find that low balance. Keep it as you press through to tall, hold, own it, and then with those knees staying straight, slowly descend to the floor and shake. Whew.
We have time for 1 minute of craziness or fun or somewhere between those two extremes. 1 minute on the clock. Maybe we're holding a high tension plank or walking around like an elephant, practicing your crow, or 1 minute upside down in that handstand. Let's shake it out. Are we ready to go?
Shirts tucked in.
Performance enhancing tip number at least 1 or 2 of this class here. And let's get ready to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Looking good there, Lauren. That was 35 seconds or so there. And I'm going to be happy with that effort there today.
Ooh.
So shake it out. Finish like you could do it again, but be happy with where you're at in today's practice. Shake it out. Anything else?
We'll finish with a quick core.
Oh, yeah.
Come down to the floor. Have a seat on your bum. Let's start in this V-like position. So with our feet pointed out front of us, could we pull those knees into our chest and just hold? Pointed toes, chest is lifted, and we're holding. We're keeping that tight to our body, working on that compression for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and then take a little easy off. Of course, that's not it. We'll add on 2 more times. Let's pull those knees back in, point the toes, and hold. If you want to stay here, do so. If we could add, could we straighten one leg and pull it back in, and the other leg and back in. 1 more time on each leg, reaching long and pulling, reaching long, back to center and soft down. We have 1 more time, either holding that V, reaching alternating legs, or reaching both legs out and pulling back to center for 5 reps. Here we go. Enter the position, maybe hold. Extend both, pull back to center, 5. We're reaching long, always keeping that hollow shape and our toes pointing because it's handstand class. Last 2 here, and last 1. Nice controlled in and then hold for 4, 3, 2, and relax. Whew.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. We're back at it. We're back from our holiday and look forward to building our skills of strength with fun and fitness like the handstand with you. So thank you for your membership. And to those who are not members, please visit barsandbells.com/membership to join, to receive link letters, discounts to our online store, and to continue your pursuit of strength with us online. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Together we'll stay strong. Look forward to training with you. Have a great weekend and take care.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.